This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. There he goes, right side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Good job there. Pretty simple. The hole was created. Runner just darted right through.
Yeah, that's kind of play teams are looking for to have some success early in a ball game. And if you're an offensive play caller, you mark that run down. Make sure you keep coming back to it throughout the game until they stop it.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. An interception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively.
You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Good play.
After getting stopped on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left.
To about the 26 here.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Touchdown Raiders! Austin Hooper, 26 yards.
And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon.
They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Seahawks with a 1st and 10. Locke gets ready to go.
At their own 22.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. So that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go, here we go.
Garoppolo on first down. It's caught by Hooper. Touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on fourth down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work?
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes you're fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe Williams called out to take a sack in this part of the field and brings up third down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slugging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown. But I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought about him for a second, but you're right, not to be. The offense on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is third down and 12. Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight at just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. The slot man in motion right. On second down, it's Walker. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Block now on first down. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. To throw is Garoppolo. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times.
That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. In motion goes the tight end. Block off of play action. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Locke. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
You can do it, baby! Keep it up, keep it up. Your ball, baby. Come on.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before half for Locke.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A very one-sided first half. 17-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Block now to throw. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
On first down, Locke. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another big play here as they strike for 31.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Locke to throw on 2nd down. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Carlson now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Raiders 24, Seahawks nothing.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now 2nd and 5. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Josh Jacobs with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Raiders have opened the lead up to 30.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. Garoppolo going to lead the Raiders up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 119 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. And the Raiders 1st down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. He finds Mayer here. Touchdown, Raiders! 3 touchdown passes down from Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Raiders add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They juked him. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock. When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Here's Jacobs. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Not a whole lot there on first and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
Bolden. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Carlson on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Seahawks nothing. Daniel Carlson to kick off for Las Vegas.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
I'm not doing nothing special. I'm just holding triangle. I'm not doing nothing special. I'm just holding triangle.
Carlson now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Seahawks nothing. Daniel Carlson to kick off.
Yeah, I don't know.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
No, not that I know
Here
of.
comes a return from the
No.
And he returns this to the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
I don't know.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really
Have
know
you
that they're
played them
playing
all
to
with the
win with
Seahawks?
this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase
You playing them with the
that zero
Seahawks
on the scoreboard,
the whole
Charles,
time?
and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory.
Are you playing with only the Seahawks?
In the post-game press conference, that's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a
deficit, there was a couple times on defense where the run, I couldn't run it.
Being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that
I said you're going to get a win soon. You got it.
Apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of
this game's
20,
a little
so the decision
tricky.
to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks.
When you're passing it, what passing did you pick? Is it like a classic is it a classic passing or like the aiming passing for when you throw?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario.
Is there like a arrow or like a little circle that with the... Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I play on regular too. I don't play with like the precision passing and stuff.
For that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
Second down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs.
Good game.
And he's able to pick up the
Good luck.
before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout blowout win as well. Clearly just a superior effort on both sides of the ball.
Hey, didn't it feel like you get a touchdown, you get a touchdown, and then the defense jumped up and said, hold it. We're getting involved as well. You're exactly right. Big points, both sides.
We got London on the whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitters doing stadiums. Small business don't come around, they don't survive my radius. All I talk about, and that's what really made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. And that's what made me rich. The whole club. McLaren way too white to be shooting in the eyes. I'm sleeping good at night, see the door don't got no locks. To be spiteful, she best friends with the ops. And that you need better styles. Standing on my money, dog. Please don't get the involved. Ain't nobody running off. Rules to the basics. I can't be no son-in-law. I can't take the summer off.